And now, here is your host.
It's a very good afternoon to all of you that are tuned in to Radio Christian Voice from wherever it is that you are listening to us. We really do thank God for you and thank you for making time to be part of our programming this Tuesday afternoon. It is the 18th day in the month of May, and welcome to it. Yes, you heard, this is Zambia Decides, and I'm your host. My name is Chatewa. Zambia Decides, for those of you that are listening to it for the very first time, is a special program on this, your Christian radio station, that counts down to that very important date, that is the 12th of August, when Zambia does go to the polls to elect the president, to elect members of parliament, to elect mayors as well as council chairpersons, and of course to elect their councillors. So it's a tripartite election, and this particular one is even more unique. And how so? Well, because we as Zambia have joined the rest of the world in living in what is known as the new normal. The COVID-19 is still upon us, and our message from Radio Christian Voice remains the same. Remember to adhere to all the health guidelines that have been put in place. We heard in the news, unfortunately, there has been a record of the new trend that just hit India right here in the blessed nation of Zambia. So we cannot lax when it comes to taking COVID-19 very seriously. Now, having said that, let's get back to Zambia Decides. As usual, we do bring in political and non-political players. And if you have been following the electoral calendar, which we update you every time we come on air, you know that parliamentary nominations were received by the Electoral Commission of Zambia. And now, most of the people that we will host here are aspirants. And one of those aspirants is for the Lusaka constituency of Munali. His name is Thomas Sipalo. He joins us right here on Radio Christian Voice. Thomas, good afternoon, and welcome to Radio Christian Voice, and welcome to Zambia Decides.
Yeah, good afternoon, Chatewa.
First things first, why Munali constituency for Thomas Sipalo?
Why Munali Constituency? Because that's my area. That's where I grew up from. Ndiye area mwenziba bwino maningi. Kwamba na area ili yose ndiko ninakulira. And nizibako bwino maningi. Na ma problems ane alipo ndile niyaziwa. Amakamba kuti mundu omwa vala sapato ndi amna maziba kuti apa likaminga. So ndine nziwa mavuto ali mu Munali Constituency.
But for some would say that you really left it out a bit late to finally mention that you would intend to contest for the 2021 tripartite elections. A lot of people know Thomas Sipalo as the celebrated Professor Diffikoti State Council. But when you started, especially on social media, a few people thought that you were just maybe playing another prank. They thought this is part of the Manyozo forwarding party, but this has taken on a whole different twist. You really do want to represent the people of Munali.
Exactly. You know, Chifukacha comedy, most of the time you find that even if you want to put up something serious, it takes a bit of time for people to
catch up.
Yeah, to catch up. Because what people don't understand is that comedy na ya makomboka. Sikuta ndawaucha comedy then upeze kapali ponse cha ben comedy. Mafunika kona sometimes even too bankalako serious. Yeah, when I started, of course, some people were saying, I think aseka kochape. Not until waona vipitiriza ndipo naona uyu muntu kanisi ali serious na vamene achita. Yeah, so far the response has been so good. Iliche bwino Munali titenga alipe pressure hapo, because you know, and the reason why I decided to stand in Munali is because all these years, you know, in Munali we've been having a lot of representatives, and most of the representatives have been coming from Kukablonga, wapoita represent Munali constituency. Why? These are the people that don't understand vamene vili mkomboni. Life ya mkomboni siwa na vamene vichitika mmakomboni. So olongati wavotera most of the time, they just go to parliament. After 5 years, term ya sira, ngasa na votera, to vote for another person again wakumayati. Then you find that if you have to go makomboni, monga like waenda kwanda square stage 1, problem yama sewage na problem yamanzi vinyalala ma drainage this problem has been there for a very long time. And yet we've been having my representatives.
Yeah.
Okay, in short, we are being misrepresented because the representatives that we send there to speak on our behalf, they don't know what they're talking about because they've never experienced the life in the ghetto.
Why do you feel, you said because they've never experienced the life in the ghetto, but if a person chooses to say they are going to represent a certain people, you would, a bare minimum would be to at least try and live with those kind of people.
Exactly. You need to understand how they live. Chirimonga machatewa lero munyamuke. Mukambati ya info kambira kwa kuminzi kwa munga libonkala. Izavuta because you don't know my problems ya mene bapitamo baja bantu. Waona vani kambaka. Then vanvezo kondo chitika kumbuyo kunko kutika votera baja waku mayadi. Wazabwera fatiba lako. Kai wakachoka mnyumba wewe yembekeza V-expander pali na mapavers. Short time wali motoka abo ulendo. Parliament hiya babwerako waona but kutu abwera wachaye manje mwishe mkani ya community participation or even just visibility uzapeza tipali zero. Why? Because they don't understand. Mwaona bani kamba so nangala pansi na watu makombo ndanga you know, for us kutiti chite develop area yatu kendi ambe kuvotera na teka so that tiziziwa because monga ini Munali Constituency ndiko nakulira. So niziba problem yamanzi mumtendere ni aliti. Yakudala maningi. And yet we've been having MPs. MP uyabwera achokapo. Your problem bapasira na chemonga tinikalande waiziba uyasayira mzake project uyasira mzake. At the end of the day there's nothing that is happening in our constituency. That's why I said I'm going to stand and I'll be a representative of the people. A true representative. The reason why I'm saying true representative is because ninakulira mwamene na problems ni aziba.
Is this an issue of nothing for us without us kind of approach that you're coming in with?
Mwamene chingaonekere vilafine mwalanda
to say if you are going to say you want to help us, at least be one of us.
Exactly. That's what we do.
Because I'm looking at the history of Munali. Munali has produced a former Republican president, Arabi, was a member of parliament. Former Minister of Finance, Honorable Ronald Penza, may he so rest in peace, was member of parliament. The former Minister of Finance, Honorable Edith Nawakwi, now president of the FDD, was a member of parliament for Munali. The current running mate, former Minister of Health, former Minister of Livestock, former Minister of General Education, you can mention so many things. Honorable Professor Nkanduluwa was also a member of Munali. So just looking at your lineup of even the great minds at Chona was the first member of parliament from Munali. If you look at just that lineup, Munali shouldn't be having the roads that it has.
No.
Or the sanitation problems that it has.
Not at all. Manzi yakuti mundu mtu ambokala munga ni madakisi yali kumtunda. Because if you have to look at those names, waenda kuchita represent Munali kuja ku parliament. They are great names. Big people politically. But I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. You know, they don't understand a thing. That's why they fail to deliver. Swezi wakuti kwa Gripis ndawa mene awena ngono imili wamfuzati kwa Gripis school ya Gripis ripati. Azakoza no, I don't know where it is. But me I can tell you that Gripis compound because that could compound. Kuripe school kuchi. The only school which is there is the Mango Groves. Nayo school yo anaisia na zungu kuchitomvera chifundo kuti kazipunsiranko ni hapa majani aba ma volunteer. All my teacher no punzisa pa Gripis. They don't even get paid. They are volunteers. Joku wasiza cheka school. Maloma watu ambemo warekani zitaya kontao nizipunzisa. They don't even get paid. That's why you find that after anangala pasi the bana langa na ma pressure mene ali mu constituency mwatu. Now nakuta we are being misrepresented. What we need in Ife take to understand my problem. That's why olongatini concept yandifuno sewenza nayo because all these guys that have been MPs Munali, there are those kind of politicians yakutazai miliano kwamba chenizaleta vaso paiveka without community participation. But here is me who's grown up in the compound. What I want now, the kind of leadership that I want to introduce is that kind of leadership where the community is also involved in decision making. You understand? Where accountability is concerned, where development is concerned. That's why the approach that I'm going to use is what we call bottom-up kind of approach.
Okay.
Where the community have got a bigger say in what the area member of parliament or their representative need to do for them. Not you detecting what you need to do for them.
The other concern that has been there, and this is generic, this is not only for Munali, is that during this period, for example, between now and the 11th of August, a lot of people will be seen. They will be kissing babies. They will be kissing babies. They will be attending funerals. They will go to church. But after the presiding officer at Nakatindi Hall announces and they go for the induction at Manda Hill, then the next time you see them probably is
after 4 years foot.
Yes.
After 4 years, 11 months.
Are you as Thomas Sipalo, are you willing to sign a social contract with the people of Munali to say, hold me accountable? The words that I'm giving you now will remain the same words until God willing 2026.
Kaleza kaningambe kaka icho cheve chipepa ninga sign. And you know why changambe that chipepa chiofya? It's because of the approach that I want to introduce my politics. So me, I'm standing as an independent candidate. Okay, the reason is very simple. Others might be wondering, why sana mile papati so? Why sana mile papati paso? Politics yaletamanigi ma division in my communities mwatu. And where there is division, there is no development. Because ndale ndiye zipaka. If you Chatewa, you belong to political party A, me I belong to political party B. Whatever sense that you are going to put up ukaikamba, chikuruchabe me I don't agree with your political ideologies. Forget me working with you. But now, here's an independent candidate. Nikawina papa nini wina. My doors will be open because I won't be looking at where this person belongs. Because just like what I've told you, ni bottom up kind of approach where the community ngati like example ngakuze mumtendere waku waona ka wakambati kuno ku area manzi ndiye vuto yatu bati vinyalala tiliko bwino mwambera vani kuzani ka aba waku wazanka na representative mozi wazasanka chairman who is non-partisan waku area cha wanaoneka mdala liko responsible
mzimaya aliko
wapanga
I hope you are gender sensitive.
Yes, wapanga mdala olo mzimaya ali wamenaone kota uyu are responsible kuno da waku kombo mwaona vani kuzani ka wazapanga okay mwamdala ndi mwa chairman waku no ku area ku kumtendere then wazanka na vice wao vice wina ngwazanka la manjalanga na che maybe ku hygiene kuja ku area mwaona ka wina ngwalanga na maybe che kumanzi or something so kukapezeka problem ku kumtendere wamvera wazauza chairman who bring the information to the area member of parliament office if I think ku tiliko na chani vuto challenge ya manzi then we'll sit down with these people and say okay fine, how are we going to sort out this issue? Okay, ndrama maybe government is sina chose. How do we make money so that we sort out this problem? Look, I'm from the marketing
background,
meaning kurobing and drama and see pressure kusakira ndarama kwendo pempako kuli makambani ambiri mu Munali Constituency antinga zienda taenda tapempa. What has been happening is most of the representatives that have been representing our constituency, they only depend on CDF. Which is a problem. They are not creative to think outside the box to say okay fine, ngat CDF ya chedwa bwera usina bwere, how do I sort out this problem? Ndiye mapezeka CDF ibwe represent MP ali broko yafikirongera mtumba kobiri development ya vuta ikavuta development mambo mtumira mafoni muna promisa malodi ambo na mga mvuta mbote avoid chani mafoni next afaka matindi kifuka chachani because writer swaganiza outside the box. Chatewa mi am an artist. Okay, I can give you an example. Moko manina kambira like mtendere if we are to divide it into 4. Because for any information, mtendere ita munga ina makombo ni 4. Kuliko A, B, C, D. Yonze mtendere, yes, general problem iliko ni manzi, but kuna nkoma areas,
the problem is different. Yes.
One of good. So, you can't be sorting one problem for everyone. Because mani dia chachani. Yasi yana, ni kombo ni moze. Yes. But that maybe outside sometimes wamanka lakona manzi. Wakidango, kumapondi kutu ambo choka makosu. Then pressure meno yenayo kuja maybe ni ma drainage monga like ngatuli kusaidi ukalikiri kuja kuchechi kwa Amosi kuja kuja ni mangala kwambiri ni ma flood manzi yani choka ukalikiri damu nezo idonsa kuja bali monga kamfolo so manzi yakazula kuja abapezeka timanyumba ni flood nyumba ili yose yambira pa window level kwenda kumwamba ni hapo stay kuvikonga but pensunga ngere pali konke why because of manzi so my problems yes are according to area that's why I'm saying if it's afuna kuita divide tikacha divide taziba I area ina problem bwani yaso kuli leader unata represent ka area kamene yaka mwamvera ka pa community level futi kuli leader wa huko so that ngati taziba okay ukuside ku pressure na mankara nayo ni ma floods then you know problem ni chani ni ma drainage we'll sit down with that leader from that area to say okay apa pressure nitapeza kunufunika chani ma drainage what do we do? Okay, let's look for money. If it means kuleta all artists and international artists or kupanga concert raising money to do those things, we have to do it because we need to be thinking outside the box. As much as I understand, yes, the work of the
central government
of an area member of parliament is to make laws,
yes.
Okay, and to approve the budget and everything. But we also need visibility per ground. Let the people have that access. Kuli, I mean, my leaders, was it those are my problems? That's why it's important to vote for someone to understand my problems. Unlike somebody akafunotamba konjara mpaka toyonera pa ujezira ife makombo ni ma problems tiachita chani understand you go to Avondale
yes
Avondale ngani ya manzi I think akaunda kala Nyamata
it's still
are you
there.
telling me pansi paja orocheta panga cheta nkala pansi wapanga baina community leadership
yes
tankala pansi takama this problem has been going for a long time what do we do okay tent kumbe maboho ma commercial boho are you telling me we can't find a solution to TT series a problem yamanzi ku Avondale.
A very interesting insight there. It's 13:35 in Central Africa. You're listening to Zambia Decides right here on Radio Christian Voice. Our guest today is Thomas Sipalo, aka Professor Diffikoti, who is an aspiring member of parliament for the Lusaka Munali constituency, and we are discussing why should Zambia decide, why should Munali, as a matter of fact, decide to go for Thomas Sipalo, who is running as an independent member of parliament. This show is highly interactive and would love to hear from you. The number is +260 960 200-490. You should be able to call us up, send us those text messages, as well as you are also free to send us WhatsApp messages on that very line. Facebook, thank you so very much. A great number of viewers coming through, as well as the comments that are coming here. Emmanuel Hega says, you have a plan, Thomas Sipalo. He says, support visionary leadership. It's coming through. Letitia Dixon is going through. It says, I like the energy. It appears Zambian leadership has become too low. It's very cheap. I don't know what that means. That's coming from Musonda. We'll follow that conversation there. But we seem to have a caller here. Hello, good afternoon. You are through to Zambia Decides on Radio Christian Voice.
Yeah, afternoon. This is Dixon Sichula.
Dixon Sichula, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Chitambo.
From Chitambo. Your 1 minute 30 seconds start now. Please go ahead.
Okay. I just wanted the number that I can call you, maybe private number.
Okay. Thank you so very much. We'll take note of your number and someone will be able to get in touch with you.
Okay.
All right. 0960-200-490. And if you're calling us from outside the country, remember our country code is +26 and then 0960-200-490. And the comments that are coming through on Facebook, we'll be picking out some of those sentiments even as they flood us in there. We have a caller. Good afternoon. You are through to Zambia Decides on Radio Christian Voice.
Good afternoon, Kapia.
Good afternoon. Thank you. Is this Elder Munjunga?
Yes, Elder Munjunga.
Yes, sir. I have Mr. Thomas Sipalo here, and your 1 minute 30 seconds start now.
Good afternoon, Honorable.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
No, you want the many people up at ground.
Yeah, is it come? I receive.
This campaign is the background.
Yeah, is it come kwambiri? Issue was it come? No, thank you very much. Olo muli kumatero. Kutipempererako.
May God bless you.
Thank you very much.
0960-200-490 is the number that you are dialing. 0960-200-490 is the number that you're dialing if you want to add your voice right here. We'll check out some of the messages that are coming through on WhatsApp on the same line, and we'll continue with our conversation. Now, all right, let's just accommodate this caller before we get back with our guest. You are through to Zambia Decides on Radio Christian Voice. Good afternoon. Bwino mtacho mabwanji kama na wandani. Chela. Okay, yes, Chela.
Komboni bwa.
Kukomboni bwanji.
Obama. Iwe ku Obama kuja niliko na kanchisa. China ntalisa kuja ni manzi.
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Bachela. 0960-200-490. A very interesting statement there coming through from Chela. He was, I wish he was listening earlier on because this was slightly addressed. However, he's brought in another dimension, and I would love to get your honest opinion on that matter. We have another caller here. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, thank you. What is your name, sir?
This is Peter Piri.
Peter Piri, where are you calling us from, sir?
I'm calling from Town Center.
Okay, Piri from Town Center. Please go ahead with your contribution if you would.
Ramdala wa Diffikoti, wa Honorable Diffikoti.
Thomas
Sipalo. Aimo mulungu akudariseni nifuna mpaka na muwine tiko sesa mpaka na muwine mulungu akudariseni.
Ya iziko mwambiri mdara.
So nayi mufunika mtekini step nayi mufunika pempela mulungu wanu because ngati munali gone chabe muligone. Wati ya nifuwa imirira sembe mukamba jabeni vokamba kama mwa taking a step. Muenda kuchipata mulichengale mungafike kuchipata.
Nikisi ukalambira pamene panuli.
So mwana mambira jane so chabe mini mulungu ana maplani osa vale mzambu kumana hapo ni vambiri isanga wine tena imostani continue jane yani mulungu akudariseni ziko.
Thank you very much, Mr. Piri. All right, we'll open up the phone lines in just a moment. We've got a number of messages that have come through as well, both on Facebook as well as on WhatsApp. So we'll try and manage our time in that regard. This is Zambia Decides on Radio Christian Voice. Our guest today is Thomas Sipalo, aka Professor Diffikoti State Council. He is an aspiring member of Parliament for the Munali Constituency of the province of Lusaka. We will continue bringing in your calls. I can still see the phone ringing, but there was an issue here that came from Chela to say, why didn't you go for a party? You gave your reason, said you've noticed that partisan politics has been very, very divisive in this country. He added up to say, is it a frustration of not seeing an adoption coming from perhaps a party that you would have preferred? Let's start with that part of the question, then I'll bring in the second so that it's not a mouthful.
Look, for starters, I never applied on any political party. You understand? Vanivichitika kumbuyo is that mostly the people who are standing on political parties, their loyalty first goes to the political party that sponsored them. Okay? Number two, representation ya bantu. But in a India and that's the reason why I'm sponsoring myself. Okay? Because what I don't want is, because believe you me, even as I speak, kuliko wena ngona tipangira ko ma t-shirt mkomboni mu wena ngwatira chani tilibe makobiri monga anoma using avena ngo, because most of these people are sponsored by the political parties.
Yes.
So what happens is when they go to parliament, their main interest first is to please the people that sponsored them, which is a political party.
Yeah.
Okay.
So even on a motion on the floor, they'll have to look at what the party position is,
exactly.
even if it's against their own conscience.
Exactly. So conscience yo nikulonga face mkasaka, nikufaka face nzeru kuchipani kuti chizako ndwera bwanji, you understand? So by so doing, you find that interest ya facing kala kuchipani. Then constituency and which represent number 2. But now if you go there as independent, it's easy because your mind is open and your office is open, because alliance and constituency, you won't look at you in Wachipani branch. Anyone can come and address you, because the office door is open for everyone. But now if you belong to political party A, you find that most of the favors olonga kuliko tuma contract topasa wafana mu constituency, interest yako first are those in your political party. Mayusi vanu face wa mchipani. It becomes a bit of a problem. But if you are independent, you can give anyone on merit. Waona vale nkuzi. So alliance ozampasa wazazi wato uyu ni constituency mwanga. Kani machiteko so. Olonga tukopela empowerment ya women. You won't look at those women who just belong to your political party. Your empowerment ngati mwaina ngati marobi ngati kuma NGOs makapa kapawa zimaya funo chitava so. So zarangana kuti unwachipani bwanji, you just help the people mu community and you work together as one.
All right, let me read out some messages. Mr. Thomas, I love the energy and passion that you have for the constituency. Unlike here in my constituency, we have people with less passion to develop our area, but by 12 August, we shall show them. Let's go for a win. They did not put the name there. This one says, good afternoon, Chetewa and Honorable Sipalo. I like the way the incoming MP is articulating real issues affecting us here in Munali. We are behind you. We must also work on issues of fluffies, the issue of water. We need neighborhood watch during the night. That's Sakalika Shadrach. That is a Munalian there coming through. This one it says, I'm ready to campaign for you here in Kaunda Square Stage 1. I want to join you. That is just what they say. That is MS19 writing to us via WhatsApp. We still have some more WhatsApp messages. Professor State Council, how do you hope to tackle the youth unemployment in Munali? What assurance can you give that when ushered in as an MP, you won't betray the people of Munali in Pale if a bad bill came through? That is Honorable Happy Munsanje. All right, let's start with what Munsanje has to ask, because I think this is someone that you know and probably knows you as well.
Ni muzi waromba pakaili afunsa jabe sana nifusire kuchana afusa paredi.
Afusa paredi.
So tiambire ya Munsanje kapira tiambire ku first.
Let's start. Let's go bottom up.
Bottom up kind of arrangement. Yes. So mbera akambangania bad bill first. We are starting from the bottom.
Yes.
I talked about in case there's a bad bill in parliament. I'm going there to represent the people. Okay? And I belong to the people. I don't belong to any political party, for starters. So the people's interests will come first. Okay? Before I make any decision, I have to consult the people that have taken me there. Okay? Unlike I just make a decision on behalf of the people, and like the way it has been happening, like, you know, a leader, ndi organizira ko bantu wonse kapena bali 150 chakuti 1000 voters, weka ndi organizira. Iyo ndiye anivuta. But ngati wonse tifaka nzeru pamozi, tikapanga mfundo ni mozi, we work well. Then wakambako pama youth. Nzai chita connect now with guys and kamba about fluffies. If you don't know fluffies, we're not talking about dogs. These are small gangs of youngsters, teenagers who are attacking people at night within Munali Constituency, that from Kalingalinga, and they go up to Salama Park actually. Yeah, so you know, if you have to look at these boys, they're very young. Okay, they are like 12 years, 13 years, 15 years, maybe. The oldest can be even like 17 years old. And to me, these fluffies are kids. That's the way I take them, because under 12, 13, I can't take them as hardcore criminals. Those are kids. What those kids need is to be talked to and to take them
to be parented.
Yes, to be parented. You can't afford to punish each and every youth. Alakwa mapanish, mapeleka kumajeri. iyo si solution because akachoka kujere abwera bonkala hardcore criminal. Okay, those are kids. Let kids be kids. Those are just kids who are pushed by peer pressure per se. So and you know, we are blessed in Munali. We've got Chainama there. We've got a lot of psychiatrists there who can be talking to our youths, you know, to explain to them iyanimu yenda injira siri bwino chinjani tenti chiteso iyo ndia nira kinga mu community. Why?
What about also the issue of substance abuse among the young people? Alcohol, volo, all these kind of things.
Yes. Chanchirenge sa volo kambiri ni ulova na kusoa bo wakambisa. Why? Because in our communities I've just discovered that there is no love. Stikondana. That's why when I start representing Munali per 13, we are going to introduce what I call know your neighbor concept, where neighbors need to know each other on a personal level. Not when a neighbor now neighbor but my office no. Because once we know our neighbors, we start caring for our neighbors. We'll be each other's neighbor's keeper. Okay? Even it will be easy on one neighbor ngamunze mwana wanu neighbor sini mwona bwino kamunde these days nchanchitika. You understand? You call that boy, you cancel that child. You find that we are going to have a healthy community. Then when angwafana majangi, especially majangi, ndio nkala ni ma problem ngati ni mumtendere paja pachi unipi ni full. Waja wantu sikuta tuwafuna nkala majangi vanvile ngani ulova. Most of them have lost hope. Wapanga chat if nshito sizakangena hapo. But ngati waenda pa chiunipi paja olo waenda pa shapis mwaka lingalinga. Wangala pa paja pali wafana naka but majangi wanao kuma daily wachi. Wambo wafunza skulu chanchani pali kazungu. Upeza na mapepa ya skulu right now but alibe hope. After ngati aine nshito sinza kaipezapo palasi ngwambo black. Then you know the funny part is when you start drinking beer needs money. And those guys don't have a job. What do? Wambo tenga tukatuntu manyumba wambo kulisa. Wao nyumba zile achatewa wasanduka nyama ya msanga pa. They start locking the house. What happens? Amba kubapa maneba, madomati, machani tuntu. Next once kuja ku section kaoneka munga ti masampo ya chepa usiku waleka gona mbofuno menya karodi kumapita midara zokole watenti zimenyi. Andi ndiko nkuchoka manje machani maflafi. One. Maflafi chani wachitaso nchakuti because mumunali mapolisi ni angono bantu ni bambiri. Waona ukala ndamunga tukumtendere kulibe polisi. Wafuni ngobwela kwa kali kiriki olo kumtendere. Nikutali nikuja hoti wakungena wakawala kumbe
how accessible are the roads in those same locations.
Ili badi mfunu kwenda jogging. So wakakushita ataki kunyumba usiku. Wachoka. Poenda polisi kwa kali kiriki. Wanga kumenye futu kulembesa mirandu zibiri kwa mwanyamuka na umozi. Makomboni muli bad because
so are you saying the police citizen ratio is insane?
It is bad because if you have to look at the population ya kumtendere east ni kuru komboni but police kulibe even hospital pandipa mene wa manga na hive karibu sira wafungo bwera kumtendere clinic nayo mtendere clinic pali genset iyo genset kati onongeke chatewa imachitokhala kuchita kulibera oichita service paja pa mtendere clinic kambi pa mankala na malaiti
let me get in some reactions. Wait a minute managing the time as well. Mr. Sipalo, we need people like you to represent us. May God bless you. This is Isoni Ikafwambantu from Solowezi. So some people will ask you to go there as an expatriate member of parliament.
Ambassador MP.
Good afternoon. You're through to Zambia Decides on Radio Christian Voice.
Thank you,
Bashi Precious from Obusakile in Kitwe. Sir, please go ahead with your contribution.
Na Kitwe mvera. Ma Tilibwile mulishani wa nyori. Nawe tuli win.
Mulero ndola bwino.
Okay, thank you.
Lelo twendeta encourage bonse abantu apatiro le chapamento window of change oko iba kalamba nokuchinja kile turechinja tuleta po new government leo tunole chapa chipandembire se ichipandire tele candidate wako bati that mwa tenta bombere abantu lelo intepali pan tendent pali umuntu ngabombera abantu like you different sale umuntu ngaleta development muiria community atemwa muri ya watu na kansera nangu MP chirone chapamenzo opende chafe encourage namu kumulero ndola buno sana then kusankabiranga mukonsuwezi wabye samara tukwacha candidate Robert Zimba unga bombera batoto muwene fuebene otunga sala atote apichirisha nyingo mbeleo.
All right, thank you very much, Bash Precious, calling us from Kitwe. You can call us as well. 09602000490 is the number to dial. We have a caller. This one has been trying to call us for quite a bit. That's Emma. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you. Your name and where are you calling us from?
This is Emmanuel from Skanzi.
Emmanuel from Skanze. Emmanuel, please go ahead with your contribution if you want.
Yes, we are happy to hear that for State Council, and we will support you for that. That's a good idea.
No, thank you very much.
So I would like to have your line easy. Maybe I can.
All right. All right, I'll share your number with his media team, and then they should be able to get in touch with you. Is this number still okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, not a problem. Yeah. Okay. All right, 096. Okay, now in the interest of time, because you probably will protest to leave. You protest to leave the studio. Please go ahead with what you were saying.
So now, the reason why I'm preaching peace and love first as a priority is because if there is no love mumakomboni munkala peace inkala chani inkala ingono wana vaniko zanchatewa so ngati palibe unity makomboni palibe love unity sinkalapo olomane baudu simungagwirizane ona but ngati pali love ma community entezo kamba ti i community na community leader wao wamenalangana ku security o bakuba manyumba ngati chanchari na statistic midala zinganyamuke usiku imwe kuna kaola la batifuta maningi wa polisi bachepa bazaenda pali officer in charge pamtendere ife kuno bakaola batabwanji bativuta so tipase ngondi zungu waona polisi umozi na ife mipingi tinazo manyumba bapasa na maduty bambota bwanji bamba kusebenza because you know Munali Constituency ni ikulu then ifunika kusebenza na community ukapoa bwera chao kama za sebenza ni kasunga kwanise ukaonda square ya muntu wanga masaweji ukudia so manzi ya kupita ama soweji utonyamulapo wina sima huko mbale huko hapa pakati pali mmana wa masoweji ukalangana ngati ningani ya drainage mkaonda square ya mulibiretu that's why manyumba mkaonda square ya muntu wanga ukaimirira panja nyumba itali ngati waimirira panja mungo kope saleji bamalata utosondapo mungo usonda sapato ukangena futi mkati malata usonda mungo usonda kumwamba yanafikirika na vimanzi vanchoka kumunali why because of vimanzi vikabwera kulibe proper drainage paja manzi yataika chape tien kaziendelele mkaonda square ero kaonda square ili kunyanzi yapeze kajamanzi yakakugurukika doti yaenda ufikira tumanyumba kuja kusaidia wanaita na tukukawata section kaonda square mundu wanga ukaenda kujonga chitomvera chifundo mwamba kalira vandu vinyala mkaonda square
and
stage 1
the scenario that you are describing we are in the exact same capital city as the other neighborhoods where they have drainages. We are in the same
Munga Bauleni
or even within your own constituency.
Kukawata nako kulibwino kuja.
You mentioned places like Sunningdale, Kablonga, and all these kind of part of Lusaka Central.
Sunningdale siri kuno ili Kablonga ndio kantina chosa na MP. Kai kwa mele wachoka wewe viliko vindu. So alibena fona nshito ifunika kuti au ukakusanya pesa maneba terapo chigalu chokufa pado ndeba nazana kuti vinyalala sivili bwe ndaba ukalangana ulo vinyalala mkaonda square vandu kutole manavo chimotoka chima chitopita once per month kuti chipite chabe door to door vinyalala kutombo pasa uja munyama tawina alisikiricha tindani zina paje sadoki ndio amenajita wachitopasa walipira bantu every month no kobiri muchite bwanji wazinyamula vinyala chigali moto sichibwera.
Let me allow Pochewe to come in as our very last caller because he's been trying to call us. Mr. Chewe, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, how are you?
I'm very fine, thanks. You are through to Zambia Decides. I'm only going to give you 30 seconds. Please belt it out.
Good afternoon, Mr. Thomas.
I'm honorable.
Good afternoon, Honorable Thomas Sipalo.
I'm humbled.
Once you win in August this year, here is my advice. Firstly, say
All right, I'm afraid my producer is just signaling me. I did not think I was going to have to do that, but I'm just being signaled here that we've run out of time. That we can say in a minute. Yes, it's given you cancer. There's still so many messages. We'll forward you the messages that are coming through. So what I'm just going to allow you to do, I know you're familiar with this. It's 30 seconds for you to do your rap. I know it's really, really hard, but in 30 seconds, what do you say to the people of Munali? And most importantly, what do you say is your message of peace, love, and harmony to the rest of Zambia?
Yeah, indeed. What I would like to tell the people of Munali is, for the first time, please, let's vote our own. Tenti zisunge koteka simunga nuze kuti mu Munali teka faka mitu pamozi tinga kangiwe kuzisunga o kuleta development ya meniti makumbwira kwinangu. So saibala 12 August ni Thomas Sipalo pa tractor tractor ndiye simbo yanga muzaona chabe palika tractor kutanthauza kuti pamene vanakangiwa tractor ipita ili na mphamvu. So tenti uone kuti tavota Thomas Sipalo sasa kila difficulty sakakalapo akakala Thomas Sipalo vantu angasakila ujiwaka sote.
Okay, all right. Thomas Sipalo, aka Professor Diffikoti State Council, a man that has moved from the art industry. He's both a musician, an actor, as well as a stand-up comedian. But this time around, he puts all that to bed in order for him to seek his political ambition, and that is to represent where he hails from, Munali Constituency. Until when we're back on Thursday with yet another guest, my name is Chatewa. Ambia kudariseni, and pleasant listening.
You have been listening to Zambia Decides on Radio Christian Voice.